Fidelity isn't just about keeping promises. It's about refusing to betray those who count on you. Every vow you break fractures trust and shatters legacies. Your family, your brothers, your community, they all depend on your integrity. Fidelity is warfare, and the battleground is your soul. Are you ready to fight? Step by step, we're building stronger men, disciplined, grounded, and dangerous in all the right ways. I'm Seth McGilvery, and this is the Alpha Path. The word fidelis means faithful and dependable. Historically, fidelity wasn't just an idea. It was something expected from every man. In medieval Europe, knights showed their fidelity by making serious promises of loyalty, not only to their kings or lords, but also to fellow knights and the causes they believed in. A knight who broke his vows didn't just lose respect, he lost his entire identity, becoming someone no longer trusted or welcomed. Historically, fidelity has been the cornerstone of effective leadership. Figures like George Washington were revered not just for their accomplishments, but for their unwavering integrity. So much so that Thomas Jefferson once said, "His integrity was most pure, his justice the most inflexible I have ever known." Even in modern times, we admire leaders like Warren Buffett, who to this day is known for his million-dollar deals made by a handshake alone. Integrity then is rare, respected, and often celebrated even more than success itself. Elite military groups like the Navy SEALs, Rangers, and Marines continue this tradition of strong loyalty. For these men, fidelity isn't just symbolic, it's essential to their survival. When a warfighter tells his teammate, "I've got your back," it means a serious promise, a deep commitment. Trust formed through tough training, shared challenges, and dangerous missions creates unbreakable bonds. Proverbs 20 verse 7 says, "The righteous man walks in his integrity. Blessed are his children after him." Man, before we keep going, if this resonates, lock in. Like the video, comment, subscribe. Let's walk the path together. In 480 BC, Greece faced an existential threat. The Persian army, led by King Xerxes, was advancing rapidly. To counter the invasion, Greek city-states united and stationed their forces at the narrow mountain pass of Thermopylae, using the terrain to their advantage. Among those defenders were the Spartans, renowned for their military strength, along thousands of other Greek soldiers. Ephialtes of Trachis was a local Greek familiar with the region. Driven by personal ambition and the promise of reward, he approached Xerxes secretly, offering critical intelligence, a hidden mountain trail that would allow the Persian forces to bypass the defensive line. His decision was devastating. The Persian troops swiftly navigated this unguarded path, flanking and trapping the Greek defenders. Thousands of soldiers, Spartan and non-Spartan alike, were slaughtered, not due to tactical errors or lack of courage, but solely because of his deliberate betrayal. His lack of fidelity to his people, his culture, and even his ideals made him the worst kind of enemy to man, because trust is the foundation upon which every other virtue is built. Proverbs 11:3 reinforces this. The integrity of the upright guides them, but the unfaithful are destroyed by their duplicity. Now, as much as I love the movie 300, I'm not saying the Spartans were the good guys. In fact, there's much about Spartan culture, brutality, oppression, and cruelty that should be rejected by anyone with a clear moral compass. However, across history, both in morally questionable societies and in those we might admire, infidelity and betrayal are universally condemned. A man's word and integrity always matter deeply. I said it before, and I'll say it again. Trust is the foundation upon which every other virtue is built. Without trust, core values lose their meaning. Gratitude becomes shallow, just empty gestures without genuine thanks. Humility isn't real. It's just acting humble rather than truly placing others first. Kindness is viewed with suspicion, making sincere acts seem questionable or manipulative. Each of these virtues relies completely on trust. Without it, they crumble. Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but whoever takes crooked paths will be found out. Proverbs 10, verse 9. With trust established as foundational, let's explore how it impacts every part of your life, from the inside out. Integrity starts internally. It means matching your actions with your beliefs. When you keep promises to yourself, like disciplining your thoughts or actions, you build confidence and self-respect. Integrity is who you are when no one's watching. Trusted relationships rely on clear, open communication. Speak honestly with those close to you and quickly address conflicts or misunderstandings. Avoid private conversations about sensitive issues outside of your close circle. Protect the trust in your closest relationships. As a leader, keep your word openly and consistently, even when it's inconvenient. Model accountability and transparency visibly in your community or workplace. Your leadership is credible only if your actions match your words. Each disciplined decision strengthens your integrity and legacy. So let's talk about application. Here's how we can practically build fidelity in each of these areas of our lives. So for personal integrity, first, clearly identify your core values. Write them down and remind yourself daily. And second, build routines around those values. Practice keeping small commitments consistently to strengthen your integrity over time. For trusted relationships, first, make open and honest communication a daily habit with those closest to you. Speak clearly, directly, and truthfully. Second, immediately address misunderstandings or conflicts. Don't allow mistrust to take root. Deal with issues directly and promptly. And for credible leadership, first, publicly keep your promises, even small ones, so that your words match your actions consistently. Second, demonstrate accountability openly. When you make a mistake, acknowledge it clearly and publicly, setting an example of trustworthy leadership. You've seen how lies break men. Fidelity rebuilds them. Every truth you uphold shapes your character and legacy. Fidelity means showing up consistently, keeping promises openly, and living with relentless integrity. Remember, fidelity isn't a performance. It's an authentic daily decision. It's transparent living. It's fighting fiercely for trust. Your fidelity directly impacts your family, your community, and your future. The world doesn't need more men who talk about integrity. It needs men who live it. Be the man whose handshake means more than a contract. Be the man who holds firm when tested. Every promise kept strengthens your legacy. Every broken promise weakens it. So choose fiercely now, not later, to guard your commitments. This is the Alpha Path. Lock in, subscribe, become the man you were always meant to be.